Shout out to our sponsor, Dollar Shave Club. They're so confident in the quality of all their products now, you can get your first month of the club for just $1 and the shipping is free. After that, it's a few bucks a month with no long-term commitment and no hidden fees. Learn more or get yours at dollarshaveclub.com/no. Welcome to the Know, I'm Ashley. Is the Switch going to be an even bigger hit than anyone has predicted? Believe it or not, and we've been predicting a lot, still might be the case, according to some new projections from industry analysts. One major institution, Credit Suisse, a Swiss multinational holdings company, said they now expect the Switch to sell more like a handheld than a console. As such, they're now upping their initial projection of 70 million units for the Switch through 2022 to 130 million units. Yeah, we nearly doubled it. Analyst Keiichi Yoneshima said about the generously updated numbers, now that the Switch looks more likely to sell like a handheld, we update our sales forecast to reflect a longer sales cycle. We now expect the Switch to achieve peak sales about 5 years after launch, i.e. around FY3, which is 2021, like a typical handheld game device. You hear that, Nintendo? So you don't need to treat this thing like a console. And you can put all those lovely, lovely 3DS games that are coming, like Mario Party, the Top 100, on Switch instead. Just saying. Fortnite instituting some secret console crossplay was the talk of gamers everywhere yesterday, and now it looks like the dream is dead. Epic has shut down the game's surprise crossplay functionality, telling The Verge that it was simply a configuration issue. Or feature? I mean, come on, it's so easy to do crossplay that developers can accidentally set it up, I guess. It didn't take long before Xbox boss Phil Spencer weighed in on the little snafu writing on Twitter. I would have liked to see them leave it on. Us too, Phil, us too. And probably Epic as well. It's hard to imagine a case, honestly, where crossplay isn't desirable, but hey, if you have one where it would just be the worst that's not a shooter, let us know in the comments. Got new trailers for Detroit Become Human and the Shadow of the Colossus remake, thanks to TGS, but we also got reveals for previously unannounced games. First up, Square Enix dropped a trailer for Left Alive for PS4 and Steam. It's a survival action game that's supposed to be the spiritual successor for Front Mission. It's being produced by some top quality talent with leads from former Front Mission, Final Fantasy, Metal Gear Solid, Armored Core, and Ghost in the Shell. So, strong lineup. You take all those and you mush them together, you're gonna get some pretty cool stuff probably. In addition to that, we also got a new trailer for a remastered Zone of the Enders for PS4 and PSVR, now with 4K resolution, updated graphics, and newly designed sound. And also, it's Zone of the Enders. We're already on board. Fans were also treated to the reveal of D3 and Yuke's Earth Defense Force Iron Rain, which got its own trailer as well, and on top of all that, we also got a release date for Monster Hunter World, which will be out January 26th on PS4 and Xbox One, with a PC release to follow at a later date. All in all, not a bad start to TGS so far at all, and pretty sure we can expect even more news as the event continues. It's always a lot of fun, and we won't understand half of the crazy games that they're probably going to talk about. If you were getting nervous that we're getting pretty close to the release of Call of Duty World War II and we haven't seen a whole lot of single player footage, well, it looks like you can rest easy. Activision released a new campaign story trailer for the game yesterday showing the road of main character Private Donald, that is Red Daniels, who you'll follow from the Normandy invasion on D-Day all the way to Germany, with lots of twists, turns, and probably explosions along the way. This marks the first in a series of single-player announcements that Sledgehammer will be making all week long. Next up, gamers will be able to learn more about the main squad, followed by the allies, and then a featurette about the real history featured in the game. So we can look forward to even more details as the week progresses. Heads up racing fans, Project Cars 2 is out later this week and reviews are starting to drop for the game. The racing simulator is holding at 88, 89, and 85 on Metacritic for PC, PS4, and Xbox One respectively, and an 82 on OpenCritic. The consensus among reviewers seems to be that this is one of the deepest and most realistic racing sims out there and a true must-buy for car enthusiasts. However, there are a handful of bugs and quirks that can sometimes get in the way. PC Games then said in its 9 out of 10 review, Project Cars 2 is not a racer in which you ever feel compelled to simply go through the motions. It's a game that centers you firmly as an active participant. It's a game that makes you want to be a racer, and that might just be the best compliment that can be bestowed upon a representative of this genre. Project Cars 2 is going to be out on PC and console on September 22nd, not very long to wait. Valve might not be making much in the way of games anymore, unless it's a card game or whatever other genre comes out that's gonna make tons of money, because that's what they make, is money. But hey, at least some of its former veterans are doing some cool stuff. Former Half-Life 2, Portal 2, and Left 4 Dead writer Chet Faliszek announced this week that he's joining up with the Boss Studios, the makers of I Am Bread and Surgeon Simulator, to lead development on a new game. Faliszek wrote on Twitter that the new project is an unannounced PC action co-op game trying to do something new in the narrative space using AI. Faliszek was with Valve until earlier this year. He parted ways with the company back in May, and we've all been waiting to see what he would do. Now, we'll be waiting longer, but we have an idea what it is, and we'll be looking forward to it for sure. I mean, come on. You put Bossa and him together, they're gonna make cool babies. You know, virtual babies. The poster for the next Tomb Raider movie has been released, giving fans their first look at the new Lara Croft, and while Alicia Vikander looks badass, many fans are wondering, wait, what's up with her neck? More than one fan commented that she looks a little periscope-ish, prompting some Photoshop fixes, of course many parodies. We'll get to see more later today. The movie's trailer is dropping today. Meanwhile, Tomb Raider is hitting theaters March 16th of next year. I like her. She did really great in Ex Machina, and I really liked her in The Man from U.N.C.L.E., which it seems like no one has seen, but it's one of my favorite movies. Anyway, she's wonderful, and I can't wait to see her, even if she has a poorly photoshopped neck in that poster. And speaking of trailers, we've been wanting one for Star Wars The Last Jedi for a while now, and none other than Luke Skywalker may have leaked its reveal date. On Twitter, Mark Hamill was asked a question about a possible trailer date from a fan, and he responded, "Watch Monday Night Football on Monday, October 9th, for no reason in particular." He later deleted the tweet and said he has no idea when the trailer will release and that Disney will announce when they are ready. But there is some logic to choosing Monday Night Football, considering that Disney owns ESPN, where it airs, and Monday Night Football is huge and a lot of people will be watching. But we'll just have to wait and see if it's true or not. But just saying, consider watching Monday Night Football on October 9th for no reason in particular. A new Apple software update that blocks cookies has advertisers super pissed. The update, iOS 11 for mobile devices, has a new default feature for Safari, which prevents some websites for tracking users through cookies, which effectively ends up blocking a lot of ads that kind of follow you around. So you'll look at something and then you go to another website and hey, there's an ad for that thing you were just looking at. Yeah, that. It'll arrive for desktop computers later this month, and as you can imagine, advertisers are not happy about the feature. 6 ad groups have written an open letter to Apple asking it to rethink its plan to risk disrupting the valuable digital advertising ecosystem that funds much of today's digital content and services. Apple responded, saying that ad tracking technology has become too pervasive. This isn't the first time Apple's blocked ads via its software either, and considering that Safari is used by almost 15% of internet users, what Apple does is gonna have a lot of ramifications on the advertising industry. So it says something that Apple says that it's gone too far, right? One of the most iconic toy stores has filed for bankruptcy. R.I.P. Toys R Us filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy for its stores in the US and Canada, making it yet another victim to online retailers like Amazon. Sales of the retailer have been dropping for years, but company officials say its stores will stay open. There are 1,600 Toys R Us stores worldwide, and the majority are in the US and Canada. The bankruptcy filing, they say, is to address the $5 billion in debt that the company has racked up over the years. I mean, we'll see if they can dig their way out of that one. It's definitely a sad day for a store where a lot of us did either video game shopping back in the day, or we'd go in and play with toys that, let's be honest, we couldn't buy, which might be part of the problem. But regardless, I don't know, I have good memories of Toys R Us. Also that because they all don't always do pre-orders, it's where you can go and find stuff day one sometimes, like the SNES Classic. Maybe that'll keep them afloat. The SNES is gonna bring Toys R Us back. Okay, that about does it for this news roundup. Let us know what you think of all these stories in the comments down below to make sure you get your news from every corner of the internet every day, like this video. If you're new around here, subscribe to the know. Thanks to Dollar Shave Club for sponsoring this update. DollarShaveClub.com delivers amazing razors right to your door, so you don't have to keep using the same disgusting, dull razor that's probably got a whole bunch of like hair that just lives in there now, just because, hey, it's a pain to get them from the store and they've probably locked them up anyway. Then you have to go get someone and say, yes, I need a razor, and it's just a whole hassle. Instead of dealing with it, don't, because these ones will come to you. They've got a whole lineup of razors too, so you can decide how fancy you want to get, plus extras for shaving or just for keeping yourself clean, like Dr. Carver's shave butter, mint cedarwood body cleanser. There's a really nice smelling amber lavender soap that I really love. They've even got stuff for your hair now, so basically all your grooming needs are covered. Dollar Shave Club is so confident in the quality of all their products. You can get your first month of the club for just $1 and the shipping is free. After that, it's a few bucks a month. There's no long-term commitment, so you can cancel whenever you decide to try for that sweet beard. November is coming up and you don't have to worry because there's no commitment. There's no hidden fees either, and there's really no reason not to do it. Get yours at dollarshaveclub.com/no.